Hi everyone, welcome to Lola's Frugal Life. This is episode number 148, and this is my weekly meal plan episode. So please stick around for a few quick words from our sponsor, and we'll get right into the show. Hi everyone, welcome to the weekly meal plan episode. If you haven't listened before, each week I share my meal plan with you that I have for my family for the upcoming week. The meal plan is basically all dinners. I don't really plan breakfast and lunch. It's following a simple rotation that I use, so there's definitely some repetitive nature to it. For example, every other Monday we have hamburgers, every other Tuesday we have tacos, that type of thing. It really helps me in getting a meal plan together quickly because by the time I get to future weeks, they've kind of half been filled out due to the nature of those things repeating. And I will share with you the recipes, where they're from for the ones that I have, like a link, and I do also post them on the Facebook page. The meal plan runs from Saturday through Friday. The episode comes out every Wednesday morning, so that if you were going to follow along with any of it, you'd have enough time to get your ingredient list together for your food shopping. So this week's meal plan starts on Saturday, January 16th. And we are doing baked chicken nuggets, which is from allrecipes.com. And it's just a really simple recipe where you take chicken nuggets, you cut up chicken breast, dip it in butter, like you kind of mix it in the butter, and then you roll it in breadcrumbs and bake it, and they come out really good for like a quick oven baked chicken nugget type meal. And then with that, I'm going to do 5 ingredient Instant Pot mac and cheese, which is from foodnetwork.com. It's a really quick, easy way to make mac and cheese if you have an Instant Pot. If you don't, of course, you could just make mac and cheese the regular way. And then with that, we're going to do a bagged salad. Like one of those kinds that you purchase at the food store that has like some ingredients with it. Maybe some kind of topping and some kind of dressing. I'm not sure exactly what kind. I'll just see what they have and pick one. And then sometimes if I don't see one that I like, I'll just grab like some lettuce and then I'll just put out like croutons and some toppings and some dressings, and we'll just kind of do that. So that's Saturday. So Sunday, we're going to do oven fried breaded pork chops. They're called fried in quotation marks because they're not fried, but they taste similar like a fried pork chop, considering that they're made in the oven. It's pretty much just a basic pork chop recipe where the pork chops are dipped in egg and breaded with a panko and crushed cornflake mixture. I actually bought like a giant box of cornflakes that was probably too big, but now for this recipe. So I'm like constantly like taking from that. I'll be glad when I can get rid of that giant box, but it comes out really good. The mixture with the panko breadcrumbs and the cornflakes makes a really good coating for the pork chops, and then you just bake them in the oven. And with that, I'm going to be doing air fryer roasted cauliflower. You know what? I think I forgot to tell you. I'm sorry. I forgot to tell you where that recipe was from. The breaded pork chop recipe is from skinnytaste.com. With that, I'm doing the air fryer roasted cauliflower. So this recipe is actually called air fryer roasted cauliflower and broccoli. It's from allrecipes.com. I never actually do the mixture of cauliflower and broccoli just because it's kind of a lot. And we don't eat like that big of a portion for my family, like where I would do a whole head of cauliflower and a whole head of broccoli. And I kind of want to use up the whole thing that I purchased when I'm cooking the meal. And plus, cauliflower and broccoli take up a lot of room in the fridge, so I don't really like to buy both in the same week. So I usually just pick one or the other. So last time, I forget if it was last week or the week before, but whatever. Last time we had this, I used broccoli, so this time we're going to do the cauliflower. And if you have an air fryer, this is just a really simple recipe. I mean, you're basically just cutting up the cauliflower or broccoli or both, cutting them up in pieces, tossing them with like some olive oil. Actually, this recipe calls for peanut oil, but I always do olive oil. You could use whatever works for you. And then you're just seasoning it and cooking it up in the air fryer. It comes out really good. And then with that, we were going to do some kind of flavored rice. I call it flavored rice is what I put in my app, but it's, like the rice-a-roni type rice or like a couscous mix or something like that. Just whatever we happen to have on hand, or I'll pick up something in the food store, like a boxed rice type side dish. So that is Sunday. So Monday is hamburger night. So we're doing hamburgers, which I don't have a recipe for. I just make hamburger patties with ground beef and cook them up. I'm also doing homemade black bean veggie burgers. That is from allrecipes.com. My one daughter doesn't eat meat, so this is a really quick, easy recipe to make some homemade veggie burgers because I just think they're a little bit better than the store-bought frozen ones. And then we're also doing oven fresh seasoned potato wedges, which is from allrecipes.com. This is just the recipe we almost always make with hamburgers. It's just like you take a potato, you cut it into 8 pieces like wedges. You take a couple of potatoes actually, and then you put them in a Ziploc bag with olive oil and seasonings. And you mix it up and then you bake it in the oven. And if I didn't mention that already, that recipe is from allrecipes.com. What I've also done lately is too, sometimes if I didn't feel like doing the potatoes in the oven, like for example, last week I just didn't have my timing right, and I had the black bean veggie burgers in the oven while I was cooking the hamburgers, and I really needed to get the potatoes going. So rather than get them in late and then have them done like after the hamburgers were already done, I actually wound up just cutting up the potatoes in like thin slices instead, but I seasoned them in the same way, and then I just threw them in the air fryer. So if you do have an air fryer and you're trying to manage different use of the oven, that's a good option too. But we do really like these ones in the oven also. They come out really good. And then we're just going to do a can of pork and beans with that. So Tuesday is our Chipotle night. So there's no recipe for this, but what we do is we just do kind of like Chipotle style type bowls for dinner. So I'll take some chicken breast and cut it up in little pieces, toss it with some olive oil and seasonings, and then broil it until it gets a little bit crispy. And then like I do like little bite-sized pieces and broil those. And then I'll put out that with like some rice and some salsa, sour cream, avocado, black beans, like whatever kind of toppings you would like in like a Chipotle restaurant style bowl. And we just make our own bowls. Everyone makes it however they like it. So that's Tuesday. Wednesday we're doing fried flounder. So actually, yeah, I was going to say I forgot to put a vegetable with that, but I didn't because I forgot. I'm just looking here and I'm making easy rice baked casserole, which actually has spinach in it. So we're going to do fried flounder, which that I don't have a recipe for. It's just I buy the frozen bags of flounder that are individually frozen from like BJ's, and I'll just bread them in, just dip them in egg, bread them, and then fry them in a frying pan. And then I'm doing this easy rice bake casserole, which is from foodnetwork.com, and it's a bake that has rice and cheese and milk and eggs and frozen spinach, and it just bakes in the oven, and I think it's really good. The kids for the most part seem to like it. I don't think my son likes it that much, but he said it's okay, but I really like it. I think it makes like for a nice side dish, and it kind of combines like the rice and the vegetable like all together, so you don't really need like another side unless you want to add one. I'm just taking it easy that night and just doing the fried flounder, and I'll have the rice baking in the oven while I'm cooking the flounder on the stovetop. So then Thursday, we do soup and grilled cheese a lot on Thursdays. So this Thursday we're doing crock pot potato soup. I unfortunately do not have a link for this website, but pretty much what it is it's a 32-ounce bag of potatoes, like the hash brown style potatoes, 1 32-ounce box of vegetable broth, 1 can of cream of mushroom soup, and you just put everything in the crock pot, and then you just let it cook all day. And then at the end of the day, you can top it with shredded cheddar cheese, and it's just really good. And then like with a grilled cheese sandwich on the side, it's just a really quick, easy soup meal that just tastes really good. It's pretty much just like potatoes. They soften and they make like, they just give the broth a nice flavor, and it's just like a really quick, delicious, easy crock pot soup. So that's Thursday. Another reason too, just to mention why I do a really simple, easy meal on Thursdays, we usually do, like I said, the soup and grilled cheese, or we'll do breakfast for dinner. That's because I food shop on Thursdays, so I try and make it a simpler meal so that I don't have to come home and spend a lot of time cooking after I just finish grocery shopping and then have to get all the groceries put away. So then the last meal for the week is on Friday, and we're doing sheet pan chicken fajitas. That's from foodnetwork.com. It's just a really quick, easy sheet pan fajita where you pretty much just take the chicken and cut it up and cut up peppers and onions, and then you just kind of season it and you stick it in the oven. I think if this is broiled, yeah, you cook it under the broiler, and that's it. And then I usually just put out like flour tortillas, and people make a fajita with it. You can also put it over rice. It would be really good like that. You even could put it over like potatoes or anything, really. It's just like a basic chicken and peppers and onions recipe, so it can be used in many different ways. So, one other thing I am also making on Friday for my daughter who doesn't eat meat because she won't be eating the chicken fajitas is I'm making a chipotle black bean chili. This is an Instant Pot recipe. It is from myplantbasedfamily.com, and it's a good vegetarian chili, but it's also good for like a nacho topping or anything like that. So she'll have that while the others have the chicken fajitas. So that's the meal plan for the week. I hope this is helpful to you in some way. The idea is, even if you're not following along, maybe just listening might provide you with some motivation or inspiration to get your meal plan going. I definitely suggest doing some type of rotation if you can, even if like I'm doing every other week on certain things. Maybe that's too frequent for you. Even if maybe you do something once every month or once every other month, just by having like a time in the future when you're going to make something again, it just really helps you build those future meal plans. And then you can spend less time thinking about what you're making, and it just kind of you just kind of have to fill in the gaps. So that's it for today. Thank you so much for listening. If you have any feedback or you'd like to reach out to me for any reason, you could reach me at facebook.com/Lola's Frugal Life. I would also love for you to join our private listeners group, which is at facebook.com/groups/Lola's Frugal Life. I always check it at least once a day, so I will admit you to the group as soon as I see a request. Also, please don't forget to subscribe to the show if you enjoy it. And if you would leave me a positive rating on whatever app you listen to, if it allows for ratings, that would be really, really appreciated. It's supposed to really help with having others be able to find this show. So that's it for today. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope you have a really awesome day.